In 1992, the 90th show that ever 90s the 90s came onto French television. The name of the program was Hélène&les Garçons. So iconic, so legendary, and such a representation and a core memory of a generation that a version of this show with the same actors is still on today. The declaration. So, usually when in French we say declaration, we mean a declaration of love, right? Anyway, this is a AB production sitcoms. It's always about girlfriends, boyfriends, things like that. Okay, we start with Kathy. Kathy gets home from class to find a letter on the floor. A little bit later, Joanna gets home after her doctor's appointment. She's fine. And Kathy tells her about the letter, that it's just addressed for you. But Joanna knows it's not for her because no one has ever referred to her as a delicate dove or written her anything super romantic like this. But it's probably not for Kathy either. She tells Joanna that Etienne tells her he loves her every day, and he doesn't need to write her fancy letters and things like that. This secret admirer reveals his stalking activities in his letter, that he gets up at the break of dawn to see this mysterious woman leave her building and go to class. I personally would call the police, but please remember this is 1993. This was considered cute, when it's actually quite creepy. Think that TikTok lady and her grandma.
I met him, and he wouldn't leave my father's store. For 3 weeks, he camped outside. He would throw rocks through my window with notes that said, "Please go out with me." Grandma, you little victim.
Weird, right? Okay. So the girls figure out that it's probably from José, who notoriously has a crush on Hélène, and it's probably supposed to be addressed to Helen. Helen gets home as well, and immediately Joanna and Kathy give her the letter to read. But Helen says, nope, this is not Nicola's handwriting. This letter is not for her, and Nicola would never write anything quite so cheesy. The boys are in their super creepy and dungeon-like garage, rehearsing. And the new keyboardist, José, is fitting right in. He can't play his instrument. He's learning on the job. Etienne steps out to call Kathy and arrange a group date for the evening. Nicola and Christian decide to play on the flipper and gossip about the new student in their year, a tall brunette. Christian thinks she's beautiful. When Nicola points out that Joanna might feel some type of way about him showing interest in another woman, Christian is adamant that he and Joanna are just friends. How could he possibly love such a giant whirlwind of a woman? Nicola asks more information about the brunette, but Christian has no information to share because he has never even spoken to her yet, to Nicola's great amusement. Kathy and Helen are getting ready for their date with the boys. Joanna is worried that the secret admirer might not like her outfit. Helen finds the idea of a stalker quite romantic. Joanna worries that he's an ugly older man with hairy ears and nostrils. Kathy just really wants to know who it is. She enjoys the mystery. She wants to uncover this person's identity. We are back in the Dungeon of Doom where music goes to die. And, José, say bye-bye, José, because you will not see him again until this episode. He has a date, so he leaves rehearsals after they end. Etienne worries that they will be late. If they are late, Nicolas worries that other men may successfully seduce their women. Remember, there's no cell phones, okay? You have to go find a phone, have change, put the change in the phone. It's a whole thing. So this is music to Christian's ears. He's just like, I hope some dude shows up and takes her off my hands. At the windowless cafeteria, the girls await their dates. Unfortunately, the stalker was nowhere to be found. The lads arrive, and after reassuring Joanna that Christian is on his way, Etienne notices a tall brunette walking in and cannot keep his mouth shut about her, pointing her out to Nicolas as well, getting him in trouble. As she goes to make a phone call or something, Christian finally arrives and fails once again at keeping Joanna in the friend zone. After her phone call, Christian notices the brunette and his anxiety is visible. Nicolas reminds him to keep his eyeballs in his head. That's the brunette Christian was talking about, turns out. Ha ha ha. The plot thickens. At the lads' improbable accommodations, the boys are talking about how Joanna will react to Christian's dumping her for a shiny new toy. Etienne and Nicolas try to persuade Christian to not blow up their friend group over a girl he has never met or spoken to. You see, Etienne and Nicolas know that there's a thing called girl code, which means if your man does you bad, I, as your girlfriend, need to also make sure that his friend, whom I'm dating, has a miserable life too. Everybody pays. A new letter awaits the girls. It's perfumed this time. Apparently, the stalker saw them leave earlier and compliments the skirt his beloved goddess was wearing. Well, that rules out Joanna as a potential victim of this person. Look at this. It's a whole episode of You, but with French people and 30 years in the past. Etienne and Nicolas are at the gym for some reason, and from their conversation, we gather that they asked Hélène and Kathy to come and join them, even though their gym is super weird. So the four of them need to meet up without Joanna so that they can discuss the situation with Christian and his romantic crisis. He is planning a breakup. Should they intervene? Joanna has made a new friend. Who could it be? The girls return from their crisis meeting at the gym only to find that
Surprise, motherfucker.
Natalie is Joanna's new friend and their neighbor as well. She lives in the room right next to theirs. She's from Bordeaux in the south of France, which is probably real because her accent, as soon as she opens her mouth, you're like, the south, cigale. Sunshine, I hate you. Joanna insists that Natalie meet Christian and all the other boys as well, which has Helen and Kathy exchanging concerned looks. All the girls decide to have dinner together with their new friend. Joanna took the initiative of asking the lads to join them after dessert, and Kathy and Helen's concern grows to panic. Natalie has clearly picked up on something. Her eyes never leave the two of them when the boys arrive. Hey, Cricri, meet Natalie! Cheers, Joanna. Christian's young age saves him from a heart attack. The boys are not too happy to see how quickly Joanna and Natalie have become friends, because they know. Christian arrives back at his flat, completely enraged. How could this happen? His soon-to-be ex-girlfriend is now best friend with his hopefully future girlfriend. Etienne points out that the secret admirer the girls have may fancy Joanna, trying to make him feel better for his bad behavior. Very boy-like. I'm sorry. But Christian says it's impossible.
Surprise, motherfucker.
The stalker doesn't care about Joanna. And the lads are like, how do you know this thing? Because Christian is the one who's been dropping off the letters. But he's been dropping them off under the wrong door. The story is not really finished. This is the first example of some kind of serialization, because Natalie is a permanent fixture in the show, and this Christian and Natalie thing is going to take roads, shall we say. Okay, take paths. So that's it for today's episode. In time, if you're learning French, I invite you to go to the Generations Sitcom website, where you have all the AB production shows. And it's a great way to learn French, practice your pronunciation, and do all that stuff. So if you're learning French, drop a little French flag in the comments, and have a lovely, lovely day, evening, night, morning, whatever is going on for you. And we will talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.